Hello, Boston Bruins fans. We are pleased to welcome you to our news channel dedicated to providing up-to-date and reliable information about the Boston Bruins. Our mission is to share high-quality, truthful news with our valued audience. Be sure to follow the latest and most up-to-date news about the Boston Bruins, which is published daily here. To always stay informed, we invite everyone to subscribe to our channel. Claude Julien is the winningest coach in Bruins history. Being an Original Six franchise entering its centennial season in the National Hockey League means there is a lot of history to analyze when choosing the best of the best. The Boston Bruins announced the historic 100th list of players who used Spoked in September before an independent panel of journalists and media members, historians, and members of the hockey community and narrowed the list to all centenary. Behind the players lacing up their skates were bench bosses tasked with picking defensive lines and pairings and deciding which goalie would get the nod on any given night. Just like the players, there were some fascinating characters behind the bench, some that fans will love forever and others who simply didn't understand what it meant to be a Boston Bruin. The list is long with 29 candidates. Who comes out on top among the best? Don Cherry. Don Cherry didn't win the Stanley Cup with the Bruins, but he led Boston to 4 consecutive Adams Division titles from 1975 to 76 to 1978 to 79 and 2 trips to the Cup Finals in 1977 and 1978. 5 years ago, on the bench, Cherry coached the Bruins to a 231-105 record with 64 ties, and scored 100 points or more in 4 seasons. In 1976, he won the Jack Adams Award for Best Coach in the NHL. Cherry was the coach during the infamous too many men on the ice overtime game against the Montreal Canadiens in 1979. Bruce Cassidy. In his second season with the Bruins, Bruce Cassidy led Boston to the Stanley Cup Final against the St. Louis Blues in 2019. Boston fell short on the final goal and lost a heartbreaking Game 7 at home. In 6 years as Boston's bench boss, Cassidy compiled a 245-108-46 record, surpassing the 100-point mark 4 times. Cassidy defeated Alain Vigneault and John Tortorella for Jack Adams in 2019-20 and finished second to Gerard Gallant in 2017-18. Harry Sinden. Before Harry Sinden spent 28 years as general manager of the Bruins, he led Boston to its first Stanley Cup victory in 29 years when the Black and Gold defeated the Blues to win the title in 1970. He posted a 153-year record. 116-58 behind him. Sat on the bench during his 6-year career, going 24-19 in the playoffs. In 1983, he was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. Ross Art. Art Ross was in charge of the Bruins during their inaugural season in 1924. He coached Boston to their first 2 Stanley Cup championships in 1929 and 1939 and was instrumental in the Bruins' 3rd title in 1941 while serving as general manager. In 17 years at Boston, Ross had 387 wins, 290 losses, and 95 draws. The Bruins earned 10 first-place finishes in the league and 5 Stanley Cup appearances with Ross at the helm. Ross's legacy continues after his retirement in 1954, when he donated the Art Ross Trophy, awarded to the NHL's top scorer in the regular season. Ross was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1949 for his playing career. Claude Julien. As the winningest coach in Bruins history, for 19-246-94, Claude Julien is at the top of the list, especially after leading the team to its first Stanley Cup victory in 39 years in 2011 after defeating the Vancouver Canucks in 7 games. In 10 years on the bench, Julien and the Bruins missed the playoffs just twice, reaching the finals for the second time in 2013, losing in 6 games to the Chicago Blackhawks. Julien won the Jack Adams at the end of the 2008-2009 season. Please enjoy this video now, as it plays a crucial role in ensuring you don't miss any important news related to the Boston Bruins. We'll be sharing updates constantly on this channel, so stay tuned. Thank you in advance for your continued support. And now, continuing with the information. Honorable mention. Terry O'Reilly and Mike Milbury not only played for the Bruins, but also served as coaches for the Black and Gold after their playing careers. O'Reilly became the 16th coach in franchise history in 1986 and led the Bruins to the Stanley Cup final against the Edmonton Oilers in 1988. Wayne Gretzky and Mark Messier starred for the Oilers in a 4-game victory over the Bruins. O'Reilly compiled a 115-86 record and 26 ties in 3 seasons as head coach. Milbury took over as coach at the start of the 1989-90 season, leading the Bruins to the President's Trophy and Stanley Cup final for the second time in 3 years and a rematch with the Oilers. Edmonton beat Boston in 5 games to secure their 5th title in 7 years. Milbury led the Bruins to 90 wins, 49 losses, and 21 ties in 2 seasons as coach. Jim Montgomery led the Bruins to a historic 65-win season in 2022-23 and could be on the roster in the future if the team continues to perform and succeed under his leadership. It's wonderful to have you here. I am extremely happy with your presence and would love to hear your opinion in the comments, so that we can together expand our knowledge of Boston through this channel. Sharing knowledge is essential, so I would be very grateful if you would subscribe to our channel, allowing us to reach even more fans. With your help, I feel motivated to post videos daily and keep it constantly updated. By subscribing, you will receive notifications whenever a new video is published. Thank you immensely for your support.